guys, Shane here. It's going to be a quick inbox review of Airfix's 148 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1. This is a totally new toolkit released, I think 2015 anyway, but it's released sometime the last couple of months. So it's quite a new kit and not long off the press, as it were. So you kind of get your standard Airfix very attractive box art, which I actually really do. I actually prefer their box art over many other companies. Side we get our marking, our aircraft markings, and then some information and history of the aircraft, and then some CAD drawings on the other side. So I picked this up in my local model shop for like €25, which is pretty good considering the detail that is actually in this kit. And I've heard a lot of good things about it. So let's have a look in the box. I've already taken the liberty of removing the parts from their plastic bags, just for ease of this review. So before we start looking at the parts, we'll have a look at the decals, markings and instructions. Just a quick look. Always a good place to start. So let's have a look at the markings or the instructions. So the instructions are in the more recent Airfix file, where it's all CGI and color coded, which is very cool actually. Very easy to follow, as you can see. I'm just going to bring it down a bit better. So this shouldn't give you any problems to build. Actually, it seems to be a lot more accurate considering some of the more expensive model companies out there that don't do as good instructions. We do have several options, so I imagine it might be for Mark 1 or Mark 2, potentially at least. Accurate cockpit tub, so that is looking very nicely detailed. Again, we'll have a look at the sprues and the plastic to see just how nicely accurate it is. So it does seem to be quite a full interior, which is always nice. A very nice feature in this kit is that you can actually model the gun bays opened or closed. Now you will have to cut them out, however, but still it's very nice that that is included. I actually might open up the gun bays in this just to show them off, because why not really. Here are the steps regarding the gun breeches for the 303 machine guns. They're 30 caliber, I believe. And in all, there's no point going through it step by step. And in all, it is a 62-step instruction build. So it's a pretty long build actually. As you can see, the instructions are quite thick. And then we have three aircraft marking callouts. So we have this is the aircraft depicted on the box art. This is one of the Battle of Britain aircraft. Very nice. Again, gives you their colours only in Humbrol. However, though, it does give you the proper names, like your matte yellow, blah 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 blah. So I'll be using, for the painting, I'll be using AK's area camouflage set. I'm really looking forward to trying that and see how it works. And then we have this other leaflet style pullout, which has two other markings. This is a pre-war aircraft with very attractive black and white underside. Again, with your standard camouflage upper. And then this training aircraft from 41, which is actually very, very cool looking. I love the yellow cowling on this. But I'm going to be building the Battle of Britain aircraft. Markings, these are done by cartograph, which is wonderful, so there shouldn't be any real issue here. Just one thing of note, I'm sure most of you will do this anyway, but I'll just mention it to those who may not. The tactical numbering, if you will, or whatever you want to call it, are molded in one piece. I would strongly recommend you trace around each letter and put them down individually, because the the transfer film in between both letters does have a tendency to silver because it's such a white space. I would recommend you do that just to make life a bit easier on yourself. So yeah, but again, cartograph decals, everything looks in register, quite sharp, very matte, very little with gloss, so these should go down very well. So not much to complain about there. So let's pull the camera in close and have a look at some of the parts. So we'll have a look at the fuselage halves. One thing to note in Airfix's new tool, 72nd scale aircraft, is that many say that their inscribed details on their smaller scale aircraft seem a little bit overscale, which kind of is true to a certain degree, though I do like it having really pronounced panel lines on small scale aircraft. However, on 48 scale, they really do seem to be in scale. So some very fine scribe detail, both rivet fasteners and kind of rivet heads and bolt heads are very finely done. On the inner side we have some basic rib detail. However, the cockpit tub sits into this anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We have a few pin marks and mold ejectors that are going to, they shouldn't be visible. However, you may want to fill at least the, with the pointless, at least the pin marks here and here, they might be visible. However, outer detail is fabulous. So we'll have a look at some of the cockpit detail. So I don't know how well you can see. So here's some of the cockpit sides, very fine detail, very nicely wired, molded in wire detail as well. We have some of the bulkhead walls, upper fuselage half. I think there's 2 or 3 of these, obviously, so you can build different variants out of the same fuselage. Instrument panel is a bit basic. It's just molded on circles really. However, there is a decal for that if you want. I just normally just paint this black and dry brush it, or paint it the appropriate colour and then just dry brush it like a grey over it to make the instrument dials stand out. Quite a simple way of doing it. So yeah, we have some small pin marks in the inner sides of the stabs. However, these are 2 parts and you're not going to see them. Okay, so we'll keep moving. The iconic Spitfire wing, the elliptical wings of the Spitfire. Very nicely done, a lot of detail. Again, rivet detail is very finely reproduced. Separate control surfaces, so you can model the flaps up or down. Always nice. Here's some of the interior gun detail for the gun base, and then what they did was very clever. They actually had milled the inner wings where the access ports to the gun bays are. So when you cut these open and replace them with the separate pieces, the thickness of the plastics can scale. That was very clever and very well thought of, so well done to Airfix for that kind of foresight. Again, second last sprue. So we have our 3-prop spinner. I believe this is from Mark 2 onwards. The Mark 1 will use the 2 bladed prop. I don't really like how I'm not a big fan how they've basically molded the spinner and the props as one piece. However, it's not that big of a deal either, I know. The 303 gun breeches are quite nicely reproduced. You just don't know how well you can see that. Some more internal cockpit tub detail, again very nicely detailed. Obviously there's a few different options there depending, so check your reference and check your the instruction manual to make sure you have the right ones. The air intake is very nicely done. Again, some lovely rivet fastener detail. Another very fine. I'm not seeing any flashing or any sink marks or anything like that. Everything is looking pretty damn nice, but that is to be expected from a new Airfix release. We have our pilot, which I won't be using for this. I kind of want to have the cockpit open and the little side door modelled open. We have our oxygen tanks for the pilot, which is really cool. Nice little detail to be included. We have the main bulkhead assembly for the cockpit tub, which I don't know what you can see, which is here. We have our exhausts, again nicely detailed. You will have to hollow these out, that's the only real thing there. The wheels, I'm not sure how well you can see this. The wheels are pretty nicely done, and they are molded with weight bulging, which is really cool. Not many big companies even do that. Like, so the fact that a lot of people don't think Airfix are particularly good. However, this kit's unreal. And then the last sprue is our Canopy. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to be quick. Canopy comes with the clear parts, comes in its own bag, always good. Various different types of canopy can be modelled, opened or closed. Obviously you're not going to use all of these are for different marks. There's also 2 clear Hispano cannons. You won't be using it on the Mark 1 or 2. It's later marks that get equipped with the 20mm cannons. Different gun sights as well. So it's a pretty comprehensive kit. And I imagine aftermarket will be released for this very shortly anyway. So thank you for watching. Really hope you like this. Really recommend this kit. It's a really nice, affordable and very well detailed kit for its price. So if you like Spitfires, check it out. Thanks for watching and stay safe.